Hey everyone, Adam here with the Modern Collective, and I'm here with another Tip Tuesday, a new weekly blog feature we're starting on the Modern Collective blog. Today I'm going to talk with you a little bit how you can create your printed design files for your investment guide and change them into a PDF file to send to your clients through email or to link them on your website. With the change in postage and the increase in postage over the last couple months and years, we've really been starting to use PDF investment guides more and more in our studio. We still have printed investment guides for our clients that actually book or when they're in the sales room to have an investment guide to hold on to. But for the mass of our inquiries, we're sending over our investment information as a digital file. So rather than sending all the pages as individual images in an email, we're tying them all together and grouping them into one single file as a PDF. A PDF is a really standard format for us to use because any computer really can open them up, and they're really quick and easy for people just to browse through rather than looking at each individual image in the email. So let me show you how it's done. We can do it within a program called Adobe Bridge, and that's something that's standard with any Photoshop version. And if you haven't used Adobe Bridge before, or if you don't think you have it installed on your computer, just do a search for Adobe Bridge. Chances are if you have Photoshop installed, you will also have Adobe Bridge installed as well. So take a look on your computer. When you open it up, you will probably see something that looks a little bit like this on your screen. It's going to be kind of a film strip layout. And what Adobe Bridge really is just a file browsing software. You can also categorize items, but it just makes it really easy for you to see the images you're working with. This is also the program that has the options for the PDF that we're going to be creating. So right now I'm in film strip mode, and as you can see on the screen, we have 2 pages that we want to create with our investment guide. This investment guide happens to be the 8x10 postcard investment guide design that's included with the senior model how-to marketing set that's available in the shop, and it's one that we actually use in our studio as well. So I want to make this into one document so we can quickly send that to our clients. And to do this, we need to go up to the output options at the very top of the page here. And if you're not seeing this, just click the little triangle at the top and we'll give you all the preview options that we can use. So I'm going to click output, and it's going to kind of rearrange my screen a little bit here. And it's also going to give us some options on the right hand side. It still gives us previews of the documents we have in this folder, but for the most part we're going to be working in these options over here. One note of advice when you start designing your investment guide, or if you haven't designed it already, or if you have one designed, is to make sure that all the pages of the investment guide are the exact same dimensions before you jump in here and start creating your PDF. Having them the same size will eliminate any problems with having white space on some of the pages. In our case, this is an 8x10 postcard, but the actual size of the document is 8¼ by 10¼ So we're going to be using those dimensions as we create the PDF, and it's really good just to go into Photoshop and get the dimensions of your document and make note of each of those so you have that information to enter into this next step. So to create the PDF, we just have a few options that we need to fill out inside Adobe Bridge. The first option is going to be to make sure that you have PDF selected at the top rather than Web Gallery. Defaults to PDF, I believe. And then the next step we're going to go into is the document settings here. Right now I have this set as 8½ by 11. That obviously doesn't match our 8x10 postcard size, and I just mentioned that our document happens to be 10¼ by 8¼ so I'm going to enter those dimensions in here, and that's going to set the dimensions for our PDF. We also have some quality options here. You can go at 300 ppi all the way down to 72 ppi. We like to keep it at 300. It just makes the text nice and crisp when they open up the PDF. If you want to reduce the file size of the PDF, you can reduce the quality a little bit. I like to keep ours at 100. It might be a little bit larger file size, but typically it loads pretty quickly as a PDF. So those are the options that we like to choose. You also have the option to have a password protection on the investment guide. Some people like to do this. I prefer not to because it's another step that your clients have to enter, and it just takes time for them to enter that password. So if you're emailing this to them, unless it's really like confidential information, then you can put a password on there, but typically we don't choose that option. The next options we're going to jump into is the layout itself. This is kind of the same idea as like a contact sheet almost. If you have different columns and rows, here we have it set to 1 by 1, and that's going to put one design file on each page of the PDF. So it's going to display a lot like this in the actual PDF document. If you were to put 1 by 2, that would obviously put one column, 2 rows, or 2 by 2 would put 4 images on the document. So we're going to keep this as 1 by 1 because we only want one page of the investment guide on each page of the PDF. Also, there's some spacing options here. You have horizontal, vertical, top, bottom, left, right. Those are all spacing options. We have ours set to 0 because we don't want any borders around any of the pages on the investment guide PDF. So set those to 0 and set your columns and rows to 1. And then you do have a few other options. We typically don't even mess with any of these because they're not important for the investment guide PDF. You have some overlays, you have a header and footer which adds some text to the top. You have playback, which gives you a few options if you wanted to do more of a slideshow feature in the PDF where it automatically advances to the next slide. But for an investment guide, that doesn't really make sense because you want them to browse at their own pace. You also have an option to watermark if you'd like that. It's not really important with an investment guide, so we just choose not to use any of these options at the bottom. So the options you're choosing are really just the document options. You're setting in your dimensions for your design files, you're choosing your quality, and then you're setting your columns and rows to 1 and 1 in the layout options and setting all the spacing to 0. The next step is to choose the actual files that you want in the investment guide. They're listed here, but you have to actually select them in order for them to be brought into your PDF. Also important is to make sure that these files in the film strip at the bottom are in the order in which you want them displayed in the PDF. So let's say we wanted this art products page before the other pages in the investment guide. You simply just drag and drop them until the order is correct. We want the session options and the collections to be first, so I'm going to drag this one back to the front, and that's going to be the first page of our PDF. Again, I'm going to select these just using Control or Shift, and we're going to select both of those files, and that's going to bring them into our PDF. At this point, you're ready to just hit Save at the bottom here, and then you just choose the location that you would like. And I'm just going to put Demo PDF. You can save it wherever you would like on your computer, and I'm going to hit Save. Once we hit Save, it's going to automatically open that up to review it, and it will show us the finished PDF investment guide. So here we have the first page and then the second page all within one file and as a PDF. So you can save this file and then link it to an email for your clients. You can upload it to your website and link it to any investment information so your clients can have access to that. And that's all there is to it. You have a finished PDF investment guide that you can send to your clients through email without adding a lot of attachments. And it's pretty much no cost to you at all. So if you're interested in this design itself of this investment guide, check it out on the shop. It's part of the Senior Model How-To Marketing Set. You can visit the shop at www.themoderncollective.com, and you can browse for that collection of templates there. And we will be back next Tuesday with another Tip Tuesday for you on the blog, and the blog can be found at themoderncollective.com/blog. Until then, hope you guys can pull together a PDF investment guide, and if you have any questions, you can comment with them on the comments below, and we'll try to answer those the best that we can. And we'll be back Tuesday with another tip. So have a great day.